The end of Season 3 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a crazy ride with deaths, suspense, and a large cliffhanger when Dr. Radcliffe unleashes a new being he refers to as A.i.d.a. The cliffhanger is successful because there really isn't that much information on what could happen with this new machine or character, but there is a Marvel storyline featuring A.i.d.a. Hello, I'm Isaac from Wotso videos, and today's Decoding Marvel will be all about the history of this mysterious computer and how her story may play out in Season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. A.i.d.a stands for Artificial Intelligence Data Analyzer, but to understand her, it is important to understand the timeline she was a part of in the comic books. A.i.d.a was built by an intelligent scientist named Thomas Thompson in the Earth 712 universe. The biggest difference between the primary universe, known as Earth 616, which possesses the Avengers and their core storylines, and Earth 712 is the lack of beings with superpowers. Even with few people possessing extraordinary powers, the universe still had a superhero team called the Squadron Supreme, and one of their members was, of course, Thomas Thompson. Thomas, also known by his superhero alias Tom Thumb, was the squadron's chief scientist and inventor. He was also the designer of the technology for the Squadron Supreme's Utopia program, which attempted to control the population through innovative devices including a behavior modifier, a hibernaculum, which was a containment tank that put people into a state of suspended animation, and he built a life watch, which monitored the vital signs of people in hibernaculums. If you've ever seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you will likely be familiar with their suspended animation devices that S.H.I.E.L.D. and the ATCU used to house Lash and the Hive for periods of time. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s machines seem very similar to the description of Thomas's hibernaculums, which is one of the first pieces of evidence I found that suggests Marvel is combining concepts from the Earth 712 universe and Earth 616 to create the cinematic universe. After creating the devices for the Utopian project, Tom built A.i.d.a and gave her a female personality, and he enjoyed flirting and befriending his creation. Tom felt A.i.d.a was his only friend and disclosed sensitive information with only her, including his diagnosis with cancer. From what we have seen so far of Dr. Radcliffe's relationship with A.i.d.a, he enjoys speaking to her and tells her she cannot communicate her birth to reality to Fitz and Simmons, showing he has a relationship similar to that of Thomas. Marvel is not just changing who creates A.i.d.a, but they are also adding that she gains a robotic body. But luckily, Dr. Radcliffe's comic book timeline explains this change. In the Earth 616 universe, Holden Radcliffe founded the Holden Radcliffe Corporation, which produced his obsession, android soldiers. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is mirroring Radcliffe's comic book obsessions by focusing on how he dreams of adapting and bettering people using robotic prosthetics and eventually building A.i.d.a. Radcliffe hopes the creation of A.i.d.a will be the cornerstone of a push for android soldiers who will be able to protect the world in place of S.H.I.E.L.D. and inhuman agents, who in the past he has watched died. In addition, I think Dr. Radcliffe will be a proponent for the Sokovia Accords, which is why he will advocate for androids in the field over Inhumans because of his ability to control his robotics. Also, I wonder how Fitz and Simmons will play in the A.i.d.a story since Radcliffe mentions them while he's speaking to A.i.d.a. Overall, I was ecstatic to see the cliffhanger scene at the end of Season 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The episode was exciting and suspenseful to begin with, and the introduction of A.i.d.a in the finale just made the end of the season that much better. If you learned something during this week's Decoding Marvel on the elusive A.i.d.a and want to stay up to date with videos like this one, then subscribe to Wotso videos and join the Wotso family. Do you have a question you're dying to ask about the Marvel Universe? Then ask your question down in the comment section and we will be sure to make a video on it. Thanks for watching and have a super day.